Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. It's AvidExpert, and today we're going to be talking about something pretty interesting. Now, Resident Evil 2's remake is a masterpiece. It's getting absolutely terrific reviews wherever you look. I mean, for a while on Steam, it even had 100% positive reviews. Not anymore, of course, but it was there at 2K reviews, which is quite a feat, to be honest. 2,000 people viewing it as positive before there was a negative one.
Pretty good.
Now, onto new things, however. Somebody decided to give Resident Evil 2's remake a very negative review, and not just anyone random, somebody in the professional journalism industry of video game reviews. And this review is delirious at best. We're gonna go through this. We're going to see what's so interesting about it and why they think Resident Evil 2 isn't so progressive and seems to be this terrible game that absolutely should be taken off the market and censored, and probably is worse than all of World War II combined. So when you first look at this article and you see the title, "I wish Resident Evil 2 let me be a more compassionate hero," you automatically assume it's going to be absolutely trash. I mean, we kind of tried to save the entire city and do as much as we can. You know, we could have just bailed. Both characters, Leon and Claire, could have just left the city, but you know, we need to be more compassionate, guys. We need to be more compassionate. After the garage, when you can clearly tell there is some apocalyptic level event going on inside the city, you know, let's not drive away, let's go straight towards the danger, because that's sociopathic and lacks all empathy. Genius author already. So here the author tries to boast their knowledge of Resident Evil 2 based on a few minutes of playtime on it on a friend's PlayStation 1 as a 14-year-old. So they're familiar with the scenery and structure, quest characters, and everything else. I call absolute dog shit. Like, how do you say a few minutes as a 14-year-old is enough experience? Like, I know they say they've read some guidebooks, but I don't really think you read a full guidebook for something you're not gonna play. I think that was just added in there because they kind of wanted to embellish the story. But, you know, who knows? Maybe they did read the whole guidebook, but again, I don't think they did play the original if you keep on reading. So, carrying on, it's kind of like a normal review at first, but then it changes very quickly into turning you into a lone survivor type. So the way the person wanted to play this game is like trying to help people and roleplay. You know, like if they wanted to save Marvin, they feel like they should have been able to save Marvin. If they want to kill Marvin, they can kill him. If they just want the natural events to happen the way the developers intend for them to, they can have it play that way. I mean, you know, this is after they just bragged about playing the original Resident Evil 2. They want this to be a Skyrim style game all of a sudden. I'm sure they're so familiar with Resident Evil, right? But then there's also the fact that why do we need those elements in Resident Evil 2's remake? That would really not really make much sense. If they're going to make those kind of concepts, it should be applied to a whole new game entirely. So it just looks like this is a fan of those specific elements, and they never played RE2 before, and they kind of just want them in RE2 and they're pissed they're not, which obviously this is already showing that this is a terrible review. But wait, there's more. It gets worse. I have absolutely no idea how somebody managed to clickbait better than me. They have managed to make it look like there's some racist undertones in Resident Evil because of the fact that, you know, they just had to shoehorn that in. Like, I'm actually amazed. I respect this person already. Like, they need to teach me, Sensei. You need to teach me. But honestly, this little line here should not be in any Resident Evil review. It's not a political game. It's a game of survival. What the fuck? Why are they talking about the police protecting colored individuals in the neighborhood in a Resident Evil 2 review? I don't even remember this topic being touched upon in any specific way, shape, or form. And then somehow they connect that sentence into how the upper echelons aka the chief, is connected to Umbrella and there's a lot of corruption. How those two paragraphs are connected to each other is absolutely anyone's guess. Leave a comment below about that one. What do you think? How are those connected? Let's see. Now, racist and all other kind of tones aside, we're going back to roleplaying in the review again. Apparently the reviewer feels bad taking loot from the environment, considering the RPD is supposed to be a safe haven for citizens and was announced on a PR for that. But I mean, does this person really understand the original Resident Evil 2? The police chief had completely sabotaged the police station because he was paranoid he was infected with the virus and he wanted to take as many people, including his fellow police staff, as well as innocent citizens of all kinds, down with him, while he also did his ghastly and corrupted deeds, which I can't talk about, or instant demonetization on the channel. So what we're going to be saying about this one is, I don't really think it's the safest place for citizens to go. Like in the Outbreak series, probably just going to other places is a better idea, like the zoo. I mean, we got tyrants running around, we got a corrupt police chief that sabotaged his station, a zombie mass trying to get inside 24/7, lickers all over the place, infected dogs. It's just not a good place. So I really don't think, even in a role-playing perspective, that you should feel bad. But this isn't some kind of single-player zombie game where you're making an outpost with a bunch of survivors and you have to keep all their needs in check. I really don't think this person understands what a linear story-based game is. The other hilarious part is where they call the game logic out of being able to magically heal yourself up but never being able to use it on other individuals, like Marvin for example. But this is like an accepted trope in video gaming. The general consensus and logic behind it is that healing items don't really exist unless they're used in an actual cutscene. So essentially, in the canon, unless you get shot or, bit in a cutscene, it doesn't actually happen. So this is why, for example, you can take tons of bites on Leon and just heal up no problem, but for example, once you've been shot, it remains for the rest of the story. Of course, at the end of the review, this person completely respects the character design behind Claire, however, just rolling around with a gun for no reason, having fully combat trained skills, and being able to handle herself, and the author apparently really likes this kind of character archetype and trope. But didn't they just want to roleplay their own specific thing 5 minutes ago, and then all of a sudden what's pre-designed for them is okay? That seems a little bit biased in my opinion, to be honest. It seems like there's a little bit of, because she played Leon, who didn't fit her tastes and couldn't really enjoy the way he acted, kind of put a little bit of a spin on there with some interesting themes and tones, such as how apparently we can shoehorn how in the 90s it wasn't the best intentions for the police to protect colored people into a review, but yeah, apparently everything with Claire's just okay, it's all good, it's all Gucci. Now honestly, this review is just absolutely tragic. I'm going to use the word tragic here, okay guys? That's just how devastating this actually is. I don't think, as I said, this person is a Resident Evil fan or really even ever played a Resident Evil game. They even referenced just a few minutes on a PS1 as their introduction to the series at a friend's house at 14 years of age, I may add. But going a step further, I don't think this person even understands what a linear story-based game is. Like The Last of Us, for example, had exceptional reviews and it had no Skyrim-style choices and differences. It's just one story. It's like a cinematic movie that you have interaction over, and that's the beauty of it. You get to just see it unfold and what it is for what it is. And honestly speaking, a lot of these complaints can actually be kind of just put down to game logic, like I said, which is hilarious because, I don't know, man, I think this person kind of wants to play Second Life, but in every single game or something. I don't even feel like this reviewer is a video gamer at all, and it seems really devastating that these people keep getting into professional jobs in the industry. Like, how do they even manage that, to be honest, when they put out such atrocious content? I mean, I'm gonna have to start sending some resumes out and seeing what responses I get. If these people can get these positions, clearly I can, right? I mean, I can just throw anything in a review and apparently it passes. Now, I will leave a link in the description to the article in question. It'll probably be removed due to the controversy at some point, but you can just go and see how devastating it is for yourself. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like, a share, and a subscribe. It really help me get out there. I'm gonna set a goal for how many likes we can get in this video, so if I can just achieve 2 likes in this video, I would be more than appreciated for that. I just hope you're all having a beautiful day. As always, take it easy and peace.